Merry Christmas
Merry Christmas.
to you. Merry Christmas to you.
You live in a shoe. Some went haywire with the actual stream. I don't know what happened, but it ended the YouTube broadcast, and well, that's no good because that's where most of our viewers end up, is on YouTube.
Oh, I got to
So-
do one last minute thing. I'll be right
do?
back. Yeah, I'm going to save the notepad file so I can make sure they're all up to date. Because I know Ayana
okay.
made some weekend updates.
Okay.
Be right back.
How exciting. How is everybody's Christmas? What is happening? I feel as if I had made an error. Hopefully it doesn't cause any too much grief. But we're going to find out any minute now.
Merry Christmas to you.
You live in a shoe. Huh.
Refresh. Refresh. Open it. This is not it. Christmas giveaway.
You must find it.
Oh, this seems more appropriate. It's 977 entries. Man, this wheel is going to be angry. It's going to be one angry wheel.
900 and how many?
77 or 97. 978. No, 977. 977. I'll play that 3-digit lotto tonight.
Oh, hey, Joey. I was just commenting on the last stream to tell you to come find this stream because yeah, I did boo-boos. I did technical errors.
I won my first Powerball ticket yesterday.
I don't want to hear about your gambling addiction.
I won $4.
Whoa.
I know, I was so happy.
That's going to trigger you.
No,
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to trigger you. You're going to, next thing you know, you're going to be telling me about how you can't lose and you just need a few more dollars to cover this next bet. And yeah, you know, it's coming.
where is?
So we got a giveaway thing to do. How exciting is that? Boy, that does not look very put together.
Those are the only two people that bought anything.
Yeah.
Looks like
in a whole month. How did we make the paychecks?
we bought a lot. Interact.
Yeah. Interact.
Oh, yeah,
do things.
It's angry. Oh yeah, it's for sure angry. We're gonna do it the other way. You know the other way. I'm just gonna where I open up another Google Chrome window and then I just do share screen.
Yeah, that works. Actually, that's probably better. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's more of OBS doesn't like it more than wheelofnames.com doesn't like it.
That's possible. OBS has been screaming at me. It wants me to do updates for a while, and I'm like, yeah, just tell me about it later. I'm busy.
We'll have to do
Oh,
spinner wheel. Oh shit.
language.
Do you want to see it?
Did you break the internet? Well,
I don't know.
if
It's
you
kind
click
of
share
trippy.
screen, if you click share screen, I can see it on the sideline, and we don't have to make that the focus of our conversation since nobody else can see it until it's time.
I don't think the details of how many names are on here is going to show up in the thumbnail.
I don't know. Just click share screen so I can. There you go.
Look how it does a trippy spinny thing.
Yeah.
Is that kind of
Yeah.
trippy?
Okay, so apparently there's. Oh, you got to randomize it too. Oh, there you go. So yeah, we've got a lot of entries. Now, don't get me wrong, that's not 900 and something people, because remember, upon your purchase, every $50 in your purchase gets you an entry. So if you're buying you buy a film handler, you get like, what is that, 22 entries or something like that? It's bunches
It's
of
a
them.
lot.
24 entries. I don't know. There's a lot of
20.
entries involved. So
Yeah.
for me to know the answer to that, I got to know the prices, and I haven't been paying attention to the prices because, like, it just depresses me. So I try not to
And
look at it.
you weekly ceramic buyers too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mark
Well, and
Haddad
you
was
too
like, "Do I
can
even
be.
got a?" Mark Haddad came in here just a minute ago. He was like, "Do I even have a chance at this? Because I'm getting into PPF and I really need one." And I'm like, "Well, you buy 2 rolls at a time, and every roll you get is a 60-inch. So I don't know. I hope you have a decent shot at it."
Tim Tim missed getting his order in, so he's not getting a Christmas keg. You are on the naughty list. So did everybody have a good Christmas? Because that's important. Everybody gets to spend some time with the people they cared about. Because that's important. What's up, Robert? Legend, Zach, Tim, Joey, and I'm sure there's more. But so we are. Hey, why don't you see if you can change your background and see if you can stitch it with mine? That would be neat.
Yeah.
And even the people you don't care about. I care about everybody, Tim. Even the people I don't like. Alex has still got his speaker on.
Oh, I do.
I could tell by the sound of my voice in my ears. Oh, so who's excited? Who's ready for the drawing? I'm excited. We've got at least 4 viewers. Oh, I should have said you have to be present to win. God would be spinning forever.
Yeah, I mean, none of our local people watch us, which is sad.
That's pretty close. Might need a little bit of adjustment. Oh, it's getting there. Oh. I think it's a little big. Oh, that's super close. Just a little big.
I wish I could. I wish I could zoom out on.
I wonder if there's a shortcut button to make it smaller.
Do you know the dimensions of yours?
I can tell you real quick, I think. It is uh,
Oh, that's really close.
properties. Oh wait. Uh, I do not. It's got to say here somewhere.
We're close. I think I just a little smaller. How's that? Almost.
Uh, Boy, I got all kinds of options for all kinds of things, but it just.
A little smaller. Neato.
You got. Oh, you almost got it. You're just a little too small now. But wait a minute. I can make. Hold on. Hold on. I can do this from here. Oh, you're already doing it. I said, hold on. Okay, let me make mine just a smidge smaller now. And smidge smaller. And now move it just a smidge smaller. Now, once I get this,
Oh, there you go. Good
okay,
job.
now you're gonna have to move yours over to match mine. Other way. Whoops, too far. That's it. We did it. Now we're in the same room, Alex.
We're in the same room.
We are so easily amused. You people just don't understand. We are just easily amused.
What
So I
was
wonder
required
if
to enter?
anybody's I wonder if anybody's watching on Instagram. It yelled at me and said that we needed to go portrait for Instagram, and I'm like, no, do it anyways. But then I noticed that the chat doesn't work with Instagram, so I don't know. But it says we're streaming on Instagram.
I guess I could check real quick.
And with a little luck, guys, we're going to be potentially going live on TikTok next week. New year, new stuffs. But we're also we're going to try to put it together this week, but we got some surprises for you next year for the stream. I'm hoping to get some things that is really gonna change things up, and hopefully all will be good.
It does not
What
seem
was
as though.
required to enter the contest? Roberto, all that was required is in the last month, you make a purchase of $50 or more. For every purchase $50 or more, it qualifies for an entry. Every $50 in that purchase is an extra entry. So, say for instance, you spent $300 on a tint keg, that would get you 6 entries. If you spent $1,000 on film, that would get you 20 entries. If you just spent $50, it would give you an entry, and each entry is good for a chance to win. But we have gotten lots of entries. Boy, this is really cool. I love stitching it together. We need to do this more often, Alex. You know, it'd really be fun is switching us around. Okay, we shouldn't do that. So yeah, and in latest news in the industry, I don't know if you guys have heard, but Billy Ayton has been diagnosed with cancer, and it's pretty far progressed and it's pretty bad. So I don't know if you saw it. I shared his PayPal link all over Facebook. I even sent out a mass email. So if you get it, it's not spam. It's like I just want to reach as many as possible. This is an opportunity I've never really been faced with, somebody knowing that their time is going to come to an end, not knowing exactly how long, but the doctor's guesstimating 90 days, and like if I'm going to die, to be given the opportunity to make as many memories as I can in the next 90 days so that my family has something to hold on to. Something people don't know a lot about Billy is he he fosters and adopts children, and he's got a pretty big family as a result of this. And basically, if he sees an opportunity to make a child's life better, he does. You know, he gives himself 100%. I know that, you know, what most of us know about Billy Ayton is online and his corny jokes and, you know, his funny sense of humor that some of us get and some of us don't get. And it's sometimes difficult. And we just really don't know who Billy is. I had an opportunity a few years ago. I got to meet Billy, and I've been friends with him ever since. And one thing that I learned by meeting Billy, because I've known Billy for a long, long time, one thing I learned by meeting Billy is online, you get to see pieces and have to put it together in your own head as to who somebody is. And it's never a good picture. But when you meet and spend time with somebody, it's fluid. You get to see all of that person. And what I saw and learned about Billy is the man's amazing when it comes to anything besides Billy. I know online he seems like he wants attention and this and that. And the reality is he probably does because he knows who he is and he wants everybody else to know who he is. But the reality is you can't know who he is unless you sit back and watch. And you can't sit back and watch from Facebook. You just don't get to see that picture. You don't get to see who he is. But he's, you know, just 2 days before Christmas was told that, oh, by the way, it's cancer and it's spread to your lungs and it's far gone. The cancer originated in his liver, and he's not eligible for the transplant list because the cancer has spread to his lungs. And unfortunately, they're not going to waste a liver on somebody who's also got lung cancer. So he's got some treatment options, but the doctor says, you know, prepare yourself. And so he's doing the best he can. I got to talk to him a little bit today, and I had him get me his PayPal information, and I told him if I can find anybody that's willing to donate to try to help. The last thing I want to see is him to not be able to make memories with his family because finances. And so I'm going to try and see if this will let me. Oh, that's a great big link. Well, that's not how I want to do that. Let's go ahead and remove this. Can I remove this? I don't. Oops, something went wrong. Okay. It got removed for me. Let me. Bum, bum, bum. I had it here somewhere. Let's see if I can. Okay, there it is. This. All right, I'm doing things, guys. Then we're going to go to QR codes. Add a QR code. Paste. And go. All right, there's a QR code for anybody that wants or has the ability to help. And it doesn't matter. This is a PayPal link. It goes directly to his business account. So if you got $5, if you got $2, $1, it doesn't matter. It's going to do two things. Even if it's 50 cents, it doesn't really matter, because one thing it's going to do is it's going to help people understand that he's being thought about. You know, that's helpful. I mean, I can't even imagine how he's possibly dealing with this. emotionally. I wanted to call Billy. Um, I wanted to call Billy back when I first found out, and I just couldn't, because my brain wouldn't wrap itself around it, and I wasn't quite ready for it today. But today I knew that I had to, so I did, and I'm glad I did because I got to talk to him and everything. But he's at home right now with his family and his wife. Um, Mostly they're trying to figure things out because just imagine if you were to go, and you had 90 days to put everything together for the end, what you'd have to do to make that work for your family once you're gone. And so this is tough. And I don't know. I have heard that Tinners for a Cause is going to step up and help out, but Tinners for a Cause is Sinners for a Cause is more to help people with bills and things of that nature through a tragedy. So that's definitely going to happen. But Sinners for a Cause wasn't designed to put you in a situation where your quality of life would improve. And what I'd like to see for Billy is for his quality of life to improve. And aside from that, we have a giveaway to do today.
We do.
It's just going nuts. Oh, crazy. All right. It's things that probably shouldn't distract me from the life because I know that's not very wonderful to look at. Scott had a good Christmas. We got to spend it with family. We got to eat lots of stuff and we got to watch the grandkids open a lot of cool things that made them excited. Me, I got t-shirts and socks and I was ecstatic. And it's been quite a few years since anybody got me t-shirts and socks, because I guess once upon a time I made a comment like all I ever get is t-shirts and socks. And I don't think I said it like that, but word got out and everyone took notice and I stopped getting t-shirts and socks. And there's this problem I have with I don't buy myself t-shirts and socks. I just don't. And I made mention of that when Mary was asking me, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I'm like, "T-shirts and socks."
What's funny is when I was a kid, I didn't like know what to get anybody, and plus I'm a kid. I don't really have a lot of money, and my grandma always encouraged me to get everybody socks. And I always thought that was like the lamest present to give somebody. And I thought it was like the booby prize, like, haha, it's a joke. I got you socks. Like, piss off. But now that, like, I've realized that socks are amazing at Christmas time. Like you just like blow holes through them. They get lost in the wash or somewhere. You get mixed match and one goes missing. And like,
Yeah.
man, Christmas socks
And
are actually awesome.
my favorite t-shirts ever was Carhartt. And I'm not wearing a Carhartt shirt today because Carrie yelled at me and she says you have to be on brand, especially when you're in front of the camera. And so, but I'm down to one Carhartt shirt. Well, two. I got a polo like this and a t-shirt. And they both got a couple little holes, but they're the last I had, so they're my favorite shirts. And I guess they're going to get retired because I got, I think, four new Carhartt t-shirts. But I had those Carhartt shirts when I met Mary 16 years ago. It's a long time to keep a shirt going, and it's going. Well, I think it's gone now. Mary rearranged my closet and threw a bunch of socks away and put all my new socks away. So I got new socks on today, and it feels good.
Awesome.
Holes make character. That's true. A lot of people pay for pre-made holes, and just think of the memories I've made getting to those holes. And people will pay money to avoid those memories. Huh.
Except for when it's something dumb like a small hole got caught on like a cabinet handle while you're
Yeah.
like doing dishes or something. Those are the worst.
Yeah. I've had my share of those. I think I even got some bleach stains on one of them, but they're minor, and I'm like, no, it'll be fine.
Oh,
Always
Tetons,
send him his
yeah.
way. He'll brand them. Um, Interesting. Haha.
Sun, di- Sun distributing Carhartt shirts.
Oh yeah. Hey Tim, we gotta talk about making some knockoff Lions championship shirts. Cause who knew that the licensed ones would be so expensive? It's ridiculous. It's not bad. It's not bad juju to wear a knockoff shirt, is it? I don't know what a CS1 is, but I might be down. I got a couple of. um, yeah, and I don't having a moment here. We'll call it a senior moment.
I had my senior moment today. I took a stretch in our morning meeting and pulled a chest muscle and a shoulder at the same time.
Oh snap!
That old place I worked at now do their embroidery. Oh, that's funny.
That's
Crazy how that works.
fantastic. Screenshots. Is this the right one? Oh no, not
Barry Sanders
screenshots.
was such a gangster.
Oh come on. Or by date. There we go. I kind of like this one. but just kind of like that one. Uh, I think this might be the one I like though. But unfortunately, I don't have this one in a very good resolution. Oh, I think I clicked the wrong button. But I think I like that one. Oh, I know why it went away because I clicked this close button here and yep, that's what I did. Okay. But anyways, you guys are probably wondering who wins the keg, huh? And I decided, so originally I was just going to give the keg because Barry Sanders jersey is all I need. That's true, but have you seen what some of these rookie studs are doing on the Lions this year? It's like crazy. And then we got this iffy Melifonwu or whatever his name is. He was just brought up. He's a backup safety, and this guy is freaking crazy amazing. He does all kinds of cool shit. Like he's everywhere and doing all the things. And he's already in just 2 games. He got, I think, 2 interceptions, 4 sacks. I don't know, like a dozen tackles. He's just crazy. And our defense, I don't know if you watch the Lions, but our defense can use all the help they can get. They get by, but I mean, I'm telling you, if we could have the Raiders defense, I wouldn't be mad. Not even a little bit. But that defense is insane. But we did beat the Raiders, but I think that just means our offense is better. Yeah. And another crazy defense. What about those Ravens last night? Holy crap. That was insane. How many picks did they have? Like 5?
Yeah.
Although, you know, Purdy is a backup quarterback. Although he's kind of a stud himself. So I don't know. Can I get the keg? Maybe. Have you made a purchase in the last month? That will, I mean, because we've got rules about these things. See, if we open this up, we've got that many entries. Oh, and are you still shuffling?
Yeah. I've been shuffling this
Oh,
whole
okay.
time. It's a lot of names. I just want to make sure they're shuffled really good.
They're probably shuffled really good.
Look at all
Oh,
these
but yeah,
names.
it is crazy how many it'll squeeze on there. And how do we know if it's telling us the truth? I mean,
This is
it's
that.
gonna,
Hey, Rick. This is how you
huh?
know that Carlton's been a good customer. Look, I shuffled it that many times and I stopped and look how many times his name pops up. It just
Oh
shuffles them
wow.
really nice. I know. Watch, I bet you if I click it one more time, there'll still be a Carlton somewhere in there. Oh nope, he disappeared.
Oh, sorry, Carlton.
It's crazy.
Maybe it's like
Man.
Rubik's Cube. You shuffled it too many times and put it back to normal. All righty. So 433. Who is ready for this one? Alex, did you know that if you shared just the Chrome tab, you wouldn't show all the other stuff?
Oh, I can do that.
It'll just make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, that's a little bit more better. Too bad there wasn't a setting where we could just share the wheel, but whatever.
You want to do it? Are we ready? You
Are
want to
we
do it?
ready? Is everybody ready? Believe it or not, we only got 5 viewers. Everybody's busy. They're probably like scrambling and scraping and pilfering because,
They're
I think
probably
the
still
slowest.
drunk or lost their pay for it.
It's possible. I wonder how many people's not working this week, or how many people are busting ass to try to get shit done, or how many people are working for free because they sold gift cards.
Hey, Fernand, dude, we got B load in the house. Yo, so I knew your name was familiar, and I couldn't like put the things. You're the guy that beat Chuck Cochran at the heat shrink battle.
No, nobody beats Chuck Cochran.
No, he smoked him. Actually, Chuck smoked himself, I think.
Yeah, if I ain't
That,
mistaken, there was something about that where he.
but I remember him particularly because I was watching how he was staging his pattern before it was go time. And yeah, just like T Town did. Didn't you smoke yourself twice in that same round?
Yeah, I just saw that video. I'm like, oh my god, they're using that as their promo. That's rude.
It was that guy that pointed it out too. I bet you it would have shrunk out. I bet you it wasn't that serious. That it sucks. Whatever. If there's a film if you can heat out, it's Helios.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
so
can make
make sure
things
you
disappear in Helios.
yeah, yeah, he smoked himself.
I
He,
mean,
he
you
was
do what you
you're
got.
great though. I actually had to show your video to my wife because she watches me shrink back windows quite a bit, and I'm like, babe, like look at this guy, dude. He just kills it. She's like, oh my god, wow.
Like, oh my god. I got to tint windows this last week, Friday, because we have a kid that is getting trained to tint, but he hasn't been like trained to hand cut because we use a plotter at the shop. So obviously there just isn't a lot of time to teach him to hand cut. So computer cut was acting funny, and wouldn't you know it, computer cut was off Friday. They were closed Friday and Monday, and it's like, well, Friday isn't even a holiday, but yeah, whatever. But they said leave a message, and they will periodically check on them and get back to you. So they did that, but meanwhile, I had to leave and go over there, and I went over there to cut patterns. Well, by the time I got there, they had it working, so that was cool. But since I was there, I was like, "You want me to help you catch up a little bit?" So I did, and it was fun. I had a good time. I got to tint a few windows and show some stuff and prove that I still got it, because apparently I still got it.
Hey, Invasion, what's up, man? Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy wheel today.
It is a stupid crazy wheel. Yeah, we've got nearly 1,000 names on it. How many did you say? 900 and what? Hello?
What?
How many names? Oh, 977. Is that what it says? 972?
Tim says, yeah, I burnt myself pulling out of the box. They say they will be changing the rules to let them happen like I did to a lot of people. You got you going to start with film in the hand. Ooh. What was wrong with your first pull though? Was it did you just not pull enough? I didn't think you creased it on the first pull. I thought you creased it on the second pull. I seen that
What if
happen to Ryan. Yeah, not enough. I seen Brian Wilcox do that mid tournament. He just he went to go cut his pattern on the window and didn't have enough to move over. Like,
I
oh
don't
man, that sucks.
I don't know. Way back in the past, I had burnt myself enough times on that over the years that I just discovered how to do it. You know, because it's a lot cheaper to waste a little bit of film every time than in a crunch type situation to be just a little short. You know,
Yeah.
and plus, you know, when you're hand cutting normally, my mindset is so many times you need a windshield strip. And did you know that the top of the windshield on just about every car out there is just a little wider than the bottom of the back window? I don't even understand that, but it's probably something to do with aerodynamics.
Yeah, I think you could have heated that out too. I don't understand why they don't just let you like do your thing and then like call out your crease at the end after you're finished, you know?
You know, I mean, it's a heat shrink battle. It's not a window film pull out of the box battle,
Yeah.
you know, and creases personally, when he leaned over and looked at that, he should have had like a China marker or a silver Sharpie or something and just circled it as this was pre existing.
Yeah, like he physically touched it. He's like poking it. Like,
And that should have disqualified him because, you know, he's interfering with the competition. He's getting in the
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm hoping this year we get an opportunity to go down there.
I
And
won't be able to go. You will.
you won't.
I won't.
I don't know that I'll be able to go. Something tells me if you're having a baby during that time, I don't think me leaving. Like Ayana, Alex is having a baby, and I'm gonna be in Orlando or something.
Well, we hope that like so the whole thing last time was Casey like she was having medical issues. So she's at the hospital and they're like you might or might not have the baby. We got to wait. We got to check these boxes before we can induce labor. So like I was just there, like prepared, but also like it might not happen. And so it was like it took like a day and a half, 2 days before they're like, all right, we're gonna hit you with this stuff and baby's gonna come out at any moment. So she got induced to labor. But now I guess because she's went through that experience, it's a lot easier for them to just like be like, all right, this is it, we're doing it. I don't know why it matters so much with the first one and not so much with the other ones, but I don't know. Not my job. I
Not
just
mine either.
I just do what they tell me to do. And I did such a great job. I was like husband midwife. Like I was there for more of like the baby being pushed out than the doctor was. So because she was like busy and trying to make it over soon enough, but like baby was damn near like out. Like she she was just there for like the shoulders and the rest of it. Like so
The
I don't
baby
know.
the baby was doing baby things and the doctor was nowhere to be found.
T Town's got one too, but
Damn.
I know Grandpa Tim.
Wow.
Yep.
Ready to do that G-Paw thing. All right, so it's quarter two. Let's say we figure out who gets this thing. Then we'll
All
reach
right.
out to him tomorrow. And originally we was just going to give the keg because it's like it's not intended to use. But I had a change of thought because like I can't give somebody just most of something. If somebody wants to use it, it should be prepared to be used. So we're going to put a hose and everything together so that everything's good and ready to go in case whoever wins it. You never know. Somebody might win it that doesn't have a tint keg and they might want to use it. Although this is the only one of its kind. So it's almost like the shelf kind of thing. But anyways, let's go ahead and give this thing a spin. Are we ready to take notes so we can write down who won it? Because
Yeah, I'm gonna probably take a picture of it because I think that'd be good.
yeah, otherwise we'll just go back and rewatch the stream.
Oh, we could do that too. All
And
right.
don't forget in the future, guys, you're gonna want to check in with us because I'm by next week I'm hoping to have something new that's going to be exciting. Um, Maybe it'll even involve me being someplace tinting windows because that sounds like fun.
All
And I want to do
right.
something fun. All right, stop it. You're making me dizzy.
Five,
All right,
four,
4.
3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year! Oh wait, no, that's not what I got confused. Can you read that? Who is it?
Cannon Carrick.
Kanan Carrick.
The name sounds familiar.
Kanan Carrick is the winner of the keg. I don't know that it sounds familiar to
I
me,
know him. I think.
but I have an idea. I'm going to look him up. Maybe. Whoops, wrong button. I'm pushing all the buttons except for the right buttons. All right, we're going to go with. He's got Rick in his name, so obviously it's a good pick.
Yeah, he's a regular.
Holy cow, he buys lots of stuff from us. How come I don't know him? Oh,
Look
he's
at
a Computer
that.
Cut subscriber too.
Look at that.
How exciting.
Look at that. See, you guys should get computer cut.
Yes. He's
Where is
doing
he?
all the things.
I might give him a call. Let him know.
Oh, and he's got a keg, so this is exciting. He bought a keg from us. Tint
Yep.
keg white, and this is a tint keg brown-ish Santa version. That's exciting.
Mhm. Yeah. Yep. And he's already got a dual conversion kit.
Oh,
So
he
maybe he
does.
will be able to just sit this one out on display. That'd be cool.
He is going to be so excited.
Yep. Awesome. I'll give him a call before we take off.
This is super cool.
God, this wheel was fun
Uh,
though.
don't close that yet. Oh,
It,
that might have been
I
just,
took a picture of it.
well, I know,
I,
but
how cool would it be to just have this big of a wheel like every time we do the wheel?
well, maybe we will once we get on TikTok because I hear that those people do hardcore stuff. Let me see if I can get him. Let's close this down. We'll get us bigger again. Alex, you're all shrunk down there like real far. And you got to switch back around again. There we
Because
go. We're
I'm
all lined up again.
slouching. I'm
You
slouching
shouldn't.
hardcore now.
You shouldn't slouch. All right, let's
I'm
go to phone. All right,
I like
I'm going to go off
redrawn
screen
with
for
this.
just. I'm going to go off screen for just a second.
So, how was everyone's weekend? Yeah, man, I really wish I could go to Tinder Battles. That'd be so cool. I will be at reunion though. Mr. Sains, are you gonna be are you gonna do reunion this year or next year? That'd be way cool. I'm gonna be trying to put together a team. I think I'm gonna try to get some localers to come out with me.
Hey guys, guess what?
What?
I got Kanan on with us. Kanan, say hi.
How we doing?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Let's see if I can balance volumes out here. Make sure I'm doing things right. Okay. So yeah, Kanan just won the Tink Keg. I got him on. He didn't even know he was entered.
We sent emails.
We did. People don't open our emails. Come on.
I definitely don't.
So, and the other cool thing is that, you know, if you wouldn't have won, you wouldn't have been disappointed. Think of all the
I would
people.
have never known nothing about it.
Think of all the people that were sitting on the edge of their seats waiting for us to spin the wheel. And
You know, it's funny.
They're-
So I bought a tin keg. I bought a tin keg from you guys, 2 years ago maybe. And I actually just broke it about a month ago. Been meaning to order a new one. I dropped it, and it broke the main like hookup or whatever off the side of it or out of the top of it.
oh my God, like broke the weld or?
The like where the connection from the hose goes into the top of it.
Uh-huh.
Like it snapped off and like ruined all the threads or whatever what threads into.
Oh, wow. That's the one
So, yeah.
place on the keg that isn't easy to fix.
Yeah, that's why I was like, well, you pressurize it, and I obviously didn't want to, pressurize it.
Yeah, that can be its own kind of scary. Well, it looks like you had a white tint keg, right?
Yeah, slippery when wet.
Well, this one's a brown tint keg. In fact, you know what? I might be able to just send you a picture of it, but I just got to figure out how to do that real quick. I'm a little slow sometimes.
So am I.
Let's see. Go here. We can go to inbox. I'm doing the technology thing, which I'm not really qualified to.
That sucks though, because if I remember right, he runs a double hose setup.
He does, but his other hose part, because you got a dual hose conversion kit and an extra hose from us too, didn't you?
Yep. Yeah, I did like a 2,000 square foot flat glass job and needed another hose. Otherwise, I fly solo, but I had a guy helping me that made more sense to buy another hose.
Well, let's see. I should be able to real quick, like call this up and we'll go here. So this is the, oh, my pictures are too big for the thing. It won't let me. Oh, that's freaking rude. Oh, well, I got pictures. I can't get them to you.
I'll just look forward to it in the mail.
Yeah, but since it's Christmas and you won anyways, I'm going to go ahead because we do pride ourselves with a lifetime warranty. And I understand that this sounds like abuse, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna
100% abuse.
I'm gonna go ahead and replace your keg for you. Save the extra hose and post out of it because
Yep.
I'm not gonna put a dual hose conversion kit in it for you, but I will
Yeah.
go ahead and send you a new white tint keg and get you kicking there, and we'll send it with this new keg, and I think you'll be absolutely tickled because I don't want you to start using this new keg. You know, it's a one of a kind Christmas edition. You can use it around
I'm not-
Christmas time, but
That's fine. I'll make Christmas specials with videos with it or something.
There
I
you
like, I
go.
like to tell myself I'm a big TikToker. I've got a whopping 800 followers. So
actually, that's more than we have.
I'm
No,
something
actually,
special, I guess.
we're around 800.
At least I tell myself that.
We have.
Alex is
I've
going
been
to
putting
check.
in the
now.
work. We're 892.
No shit.
Yeah.
He
I'm-
just
I'm-
last week, I think I told him, I says, we need to do something on TikTok. Alex, do something on TikTok. And he's been doing it.
I
yeah.
try. It's kind of a hard
It just
algorithm to
sucks
get into.
because like you're limit when you convert your page to a commercial page, then they like
What are you guys
limit
live on
on
right
this.
now? You say YouTube?
We're on YouTube.
We'll be on TikTok live probably,
Here, I'm
hopefully
gonna pull
by
it up
next
on my
week.
computer. I'll mute it
Yeah.
so you don't have to hear me talk through the.
Yeah, that can get all kinds of wonky sometimes. Sometimes it's not terrible.
Like 90s radio.
So how's Computer Cut treating you?
Oh, I love Computer Cut. I come from FED, and I absolutely despise FED. So.
It's not a bad platform, but yeah, the problem I had with it, like when I first started using film and vinyl, I enjoyed it. And then something happened. See, the problem is if enough people call and complain about something, they don't really have a way to check it. And so they'll make adjustments from the hip. And
Brandon really doesn't like it when you tell him there's problems with his patterns.
Uh-huh. So
really, I don't know if you're familiar with Brandon.
I know I never dealt with him personally. I dealt with his dad back when
I met Brandon at SEMA, and I didn't know who he was or who he was with. I was talking to him in the Max Pro booth, and he asked me the same thing, what software I was using, and I just said the same exact thing. Formerly FED, I just switched to Computer Cut, and he asked me why, and I just flat out said like, your patterns suck.
Yeah.
And then it clicked in my head who he was, and I was like,
oh shit! I just went there.
yeah.
Well, I mean,
totally unintentional.
So the platform, if they had a way to actually personally check the patterns, I think they could make a great run at it. And it seems like there's a lot of people that love them. And personally, I struggle with that because at any given day, you know, you could do 100 Silverados and all of a sudden one day it just doesn't fit anymore. And it's like, what the hell happened?
Well, and see, that was my biggest dilemma is because that's all I do. I just about 2 minutes before he called me, I was just backing the Silverado out, and I'm in rural Iowa. That's all I do is Silverados, and that was my problem. Was Silverados were just like a mile off, and they were just in denial that was the issue. So then they told me it was my plotter. I have a cheaper plotter, and then I just bought a Jaguar plotter, rebought FED just to prove my point, and I was 100% still accurate. The plotter doesn't matter; it's the pattern.
Yeah,
Computer Cut's great.
They tried that with us too, and you know, I got a $6,000 Graph Tech, so like, don't tell me that it's me.
Yeah, no, that's what I told him. I was like, yeah, it's definitely you, my friend.
And besides that, if it was my plotter, it would be consistent across the boards, but some of your patterns are good and a lot of them aren't. So are you telling me that my plotter's off, so the ones that aren't are actually good and the ones that are the bad ones? Because, I mean, you can't have it both ways. But that's the cool thing about Computer Cut. You know, they started this in-house and they continue to test patterns in-house. If you got to complain about a pattern, they don't snap to making changes right now. They take notes and they go find the vehicle in question and they put their own eyes on it, you know, and
then on top of that, so they have a Facebook group, Computer Cut Pro Dealers, I think it's what it's called. And you can post in there. So like there's been a couple instances where I've had patterns that were just a little bit short. And I post in there and they say, hey, heads up, this is short. And then within a day, it's fixed. They just extend it out or whatever. Like they've got a good following behind them as far as getting stuff fixed and corrected, and they understand that it's frustrating. So that was all I was asking for, was just someone to understand that. I mean, softwares are kind of like going down a rabbit hole in discussion. Everyone, I'm seeing some feedback that some people are liking FED, and that's great. I mean, it doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah, I mean,
I personally think Computer Cut's superior.
Well, and Computer Cut is where it all started. You know, that was Gary having a tint shop next to a vinyl sign shop, and he saw them cutting letters and stuff out on vinyl, and he's like, why couldn't we do that with window tint? And
Absolutely.
he said it was the worst choice he could have ever made. It was the hardest thing in the world to get one of those old, because this is back in the
Probably
90s.
like 90s, that's what I was going to say, at least 90s.
And he's like, those machines back then, they weren't so adjustable. But he said once he figured out, change the blade angle a little bit, he had to make his own blades and, play with the settings until finally he was able to start cutting tint. And then it just became a matter of making the patterns. And then that was its own thing. And well, now they got all kinds of cool equipment. But
to leave it at that, he's an absolute genius. For God bless plotter. I mean, I can hand cut. I have no problem hand cutting. But I learned hand cutting before I bought a plotter, and plotters are just kind of the people. Some centers don't like to accept that they're the kind of the future and what is present today. But
I always
look at 90% of tinners, they all plot nowadays. So
I refer people to the Paul Bunyan story. Paul Bunyan was not about the chainsaw. He was all about his axe, and to chop down one tree, he could chop down a tree as fast as somebody could cut it down with a chainsaw. And now chop down the forest. I mean, where do you want to be?
Right. If you're chasing like shaved edges and stuff, like, yeah, obviously. I mean, even a plotter is still in your benefit because you can install it and shave your edge. But very, very, very seldom does someone in the general public ask me why the top edge is either really close, really tight or not tight, or they don't give a shit. Their windows are tinted. As long as
I know.
And stuff,
we really are our biggest critics, and so many tinners just don't realize that. One thing that I studied, I've been tinting for about, 35-ish years. And a long, long time ago, I learned to start reading customers because there's so much shit that I used to care about that didn't matter to any of the customers. None of them ever saw it, and once you can figure out what's perfect to a customer, business becomes fun. Because if I'm my critic all day long and I'm shooting for perfect all day long, then I'm redoing tint all day long because it just isn't that good. And then you can embrace those, that customer that finds everything. And then it's like, oh, challenge accepted. I can make this job good for you. But most of them, they don't see that top edge. As long as it ain't a half an inch, they don't care.
As long as you got even coverage and it doesn't look like I did it with a butter knife. I mean, like I said, to each their own, but you are 100% right in that aspect of we are our biggest critics. So
I used to get in the back of pickup trucks with someone holding a light on the inside, being real careful to cut that inside edge around the windows, and I learned that customers don't see that edge. They see the windows from the outside, unless it's the front seat. And I started peeling the tint and lay it on and trimming it on the inside just like I would flat glass. And holy shit, talk about a game changer.
Right. That was like my biggest thing when I, first started you get so wrapped up in your head of like everything being perfect and they're going to see that. And it's like, I promise you. And I've got 10 jobs out there from when I started that. I'm like, yikes, like my trade. So when they actually come back, I most of the time nowadays will just fix whatever is, if I think it's like really bad, I will normally just take care of it. But
Well, and also one thing that I noticed about, customers coming back wanting a redo, I can explain to them what the industry standard is and what they should expect and all this. But the reality is I can have that window done before I get my explanation out.
Correct.
And
It's not even worth the time. I don't even try to fight it. I mean, I'll ask a few generic questions like what's going on, why aren't they happy? And then if it's like pretty, standard stuff, standard complaints, you're better off just to eat the cost of your time and your film and just move on with it. They're gonna
yeah,
remember that. They're not gonna remember you telling them to why it's okay. So
yeah, for sure.
it's fun.
Well,
Big rabbit hole.
we are going to put your keg together tomorrow and get that shipped out. And you are still in Iowa, yeah? You
Yes,
just
sir.
said you was in Iowa, Dallas
Yep.
Center. Okay. Yeah, we're going to get that
Yeah,
shipped
yeah.
out
Are
to
you
you
gonna ship it to
tomorrow.
Dallas
So,
Center?
yeah, unless you want us to
Perfect.
ship it someplace
I'm
else.
going on vacation. That's my parents' house. That's perfect.
Okay. Sounds good. Over on Orchard Lane.
Orchard Lane. That's the one.
Fantastic. Tell them don't open it. It's going to be a surprise.
I'll make damn sure of it. You guys have it handy next to you right now? I'm watching it live.
Oh, Alex, go grab it.
Oh, yep.
I will switch me around with him and put me down in the corner so he can get it full screen. This is actually what you're seeing on his background right there is the
Oh,
keg.
that's the wrap. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's got candy canes.
Alex designed this. I told him, hey, we need a Christmas keg. You should. And the reds aren't
That
quite as
thing's
red.
fucking sick.
It is. He came and showed me that, and I'm like, oh my God, send that to print. That is freaking amazing.
That is badass. Holy shit. Wow. First giveaway I've ever won. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we usually do one a year. Last year, and this is better than if it would have been the same thing as last year. Last year, we took all the invoices and tallied all the names and spun the wheel, and we were just doing a refund on one purchase for the month.
Oh, really?
And so, I mean, it kind of bit me in the ass because the guy that won it, another situation, he didn't even know he was entered to win something, but it was a $700 invoice. And I'm like, yeah, we're refunding your invoice. But this year, yours was $150. So, like, mm, oh yeah, and that's something that everybody can take note of. A lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, if you spend more," because so for every $50 of your invoice, you get one entry. So, like you're $150 a month, so in that month you had a $150 invoice that got you three entries. There's people with 30, 40 entries in there, and it seems like the more you buy, the better your chances are. But that wheel, it only lands on one name.
Yep. And for those of you, make sure that if you're not using Computer Cut, use it and get it through Sun Distributing because it's cheaper and it's a way superior software. So
Yeah, we can.
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, we're $100 a month, $110 a month cheaper than if you buy it from Computer Cut,
that's
unless you use
260 if
SolarGuard.
you're not a SolarGuard authorized dealer.
260.
It's worth every single penny.
And as far as I know, we're the only supplier that offers a superior product that is. You get penalized if you don't use their product, but we're allowed to sell their product without any restrictions.
I'm a Ceramic Pro dealer, and I see that they are advertising their deal is anywhere near as good as yours, but they sell it as well.
Oh,
I think it's well, here I can tell you. I'll probably get in trouble for it, but I don't really give a shit about Ceramic Pro. I think it was but I think it's a PPF combo if I'm not mistaken. Ceramic Pro. Correct. It is. Give me 1 second. Yeah, that was the only other place I've seen it because I shopped around and I remember coming across Sun Distributing, and you guys said you sold it. Now, I actually called. I think I talked to Alex, and I was like, "Is this legit?"
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of people are like a little confused about that, but yep, we offer, and everything goes through Computer Cut. So the cool thing is, if you need, Computer Cut's got a graphics design feature that most people don't know about, but free of charge, they will make you any graphic. So if you need a logo made that you can cut on your system, they'll make it for you. And
Really?
yeah, and they do that right in house.
Computer Cut through Ceramic Pros, $220 a month for just 10. PPF's $135 a month if you only want PPF, and both is $300 a month.
Wow, and I got both. I got both for 200 a month.
Yeah, I'd say you're winning.
I should raise my price. Damn.
Oh, you shouldn't. I should have told you that. Take it back.
Well, the way my subscription thing works on my website, it doesn't allow me to change pre-existing prices. So I'd have to cancel it and then reset it, and that sounds like too much hassle for me. So
I might have to drive up there and beat you up if you do.
you're probably locked into that 150 for life, unless all of a sudden they start charging me an exorbitant amount. But my thought is, I don't have to do anything but send out an email for you, and I collect the money from you, and they collect the money from me, and that's that, you know. And so I don't have to make money on it. So many people want to capitalize on every opportunity, and that's probably the smarter business choice. But I'm a window tinner. I'm not in it for the business choices. I'm in it for the actual. I'm trying to help here.
Absolutely.
I mean,
appreciate it very much.
we still got paychecks to write, rent to pay, insurance to buy, utilities, you know, and all that stuff. But I'm not. I'm not in this for getting rich. I'm in this for being the next generation and distributing. I'm a window tinner, and that's where I've been my whole life. And a couple of years ago, I decided I didn't want to tint windows anymore. Let's try this. And although I do have a shop across town, and the Computer Cut did go out Friday morning, and I had to run over
Really?
there and help out, and they had it
So you're
working
gonna
by the time
you're
I
gonna
got
drive to
there.
Iowa if mine goes out?
Absolutely no.
That's bullshit.
Although that would be cool. Yeah, I ran over there because I was just going to cut some patterns real quick, and I got there and it was working, but they had already fallen behind. On Fridays, our regular tinner is out at a detail shop subbing, and we got a trainee. He's pretty good at laying patterns, but since we use, a plotter, the trainee doesn't get to learn to hand cut. So he's standing there with his thumb in his butt, and I get there.
Yep.
So they're a little bit behind, and so I got to tint some windows and found out I still got it. That was cool. I was happy with that.
To me, it's like riding a bike. I mean, you might be a little rusty at the beginning, but you'll get it.
I wasn't, but then again, I mean, more than half of my life, I mean, 2/3 of my life I've been tinting. So that's
Very long
crazy.
time.
Too
You're a
long.
vet.
I'm old.
You go to SEMA?
No, I have never been to SEMA, believe it or not. For the last 4 years, this was going to be the year I'm going, and it just doesn't work out. It's like the wrong time of year for me.
I always said the same thing, and then I made it for like 3 years. I've been telling myself I'm going to SEMA, I'm going to SEMA. And this year I just didn't give myself an option. I went.
It was just happening.
Yeah,
That's what we
wouldn't take a no for an answer.
That's what we got to do. We got to just do it. And I've had some backlash trying to figure out how to sneak off to events, and you got to do it just right. You think you got all your bases covered, and next thing you know, you got people yelling at you because you're closed, or yelling at you
Newsflash,
because
you don't have all your bases covered.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a lot. But this year we did pretty good. It just timing was bad. I had a couple back-to-back trips that were kind of around it, and it wasn't going to happen. But this year we got to the point where I could actually leave for a week or two at a time, and these guys actually run the place, and that's super cool.
Well, good.
It hasn't always been that way.
No, probably not.
No. Usually when we'd try to leave, when we come back, we'd have a lot of fires to put out.
That's fine.
I think Alex is leaving us because we are past our time. Only
Well,
by
I
about
appreciate
15
the
minutes.
call. Yeah, sorry, I get the motor mouthing and you
Me
get
too. I
talking
think
so
it's a
much, so
tenor thing.
yeah, I think it is. Love to talk about myself.
I get yelled at because, like, I don't hardly answer the phones here anymore because when I do, I'll keep somebody hostage on the phone for hours. It's like we'll just start telling stories. Next thing you know, they're not getting their work done. I got people wanting to ask me questions. It's
It happens to the
crazy.
best of us.
But I appreciate you picking up because
Well, I about
that
didn't, but I was like, I thought it was you guys, and my first thought was, God damn it, did my card not process again? And wasn't the case.
no, it was
Good thing I
just
did.
us calling to tell you. Well, even if you didn't answer, you're still getting a tin keg. I didn't.
Oh,
I
no
didn't
doubt.
make any rules about being present to win. But yeah, for sure, I am so tickled. I get to give another thing away, and aside from that, it is time for us to check off, sound off, sign off. That's it.
Sign
I'll get
off.
better at this
That's
stuff.
it.
But you enjoy the rest of your evening and make sure when you get this thing, you at least take a picture and make a post
I will
and tell
shout you
everybody
out.
that we're the best.
I will do just that for you.
All righty, man. We will
Thank you.
catch you next time for sure.
Yep. Bye bye.
See ya. What are you doing?
My Chrome froze for a sec.
It did?
Yeah.
That's rude. Oh yeah, you can get rid of this. That would probably free up a little bit of resources. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of another one. I thought you done left me. I saw your message saying you had to go pretty quick, and then here I am just talking away.
Yeah, my wife's
'Cause
probably
that's how I roll.
pissed.
Why?
All right.
Oh yeah, she's pregnant. Never mind. All right, guys. Until next year.